Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we're going to be doing a quick comparison between the G2 and the G3. Yes, we've already done an unboxing video, but I thought, hey, why don't I share a little bit in terms of specs between the two while I'm showing off the G3. So I hope you like this, and let's get on with the comparison. Let me just take a quick tour of the phone itself. On the front we've got the camera, we've got the sensor, we've got the speaker, and that's pretty much it. That's all we've got. And we don't have any buttons over here because the buttons are on screen. On the back of the phone, you've got the laser scanner, you've got the dual flash, you've got the camera, you've got the speaker, and you've got the power button. Yes, it's right here on the back, and you've got the volume up and down. And you might be wondering, why are the buttons here on the back? Well, there's two things. First of all, it keeps the sides nice and clean and curvy. And the second thing, it actually makes sense because when you're holding the phone, this is where your finger can typically reach easily. So you can put the volume up, put it down, then you can turn things off. So there's a reason to that. You'll also see that the back has this kind of metallic look to it. It's still plastic, but I think what they've done is they figured it out. It's like, okay, let's give people a plastic back, which is with a removable cover, which is easy to replace and not that expensive, but also has that premium look to it. So I like it. On the other side, we don't really have anything. On the bottom, we've got the headphone jack, we've got the microphone, we've got the micro USB cable. And then on the top, we've got the laser blaster, and we've got the secondary noise cancellation microphone. So how are we going to open this up for a second? Let's quickly see. Do we have a, there you go, a little clip over here. So we're going to peel that off. And this is what it looks like in the back. So over here, we can see that this is where we insert the micro SIM card. So it uses a micro SIM card, not a nano SIM. And this is where you insert the micro SD card as well. Let me put this down and let me remove the battery from the pack. Everything is so nice and freshly open just for your entertainment. Let me slip that in. I have to say, when even adding the battery in it, this phone is still pretty light. You have to hold this in your hand to understand. And I think what they've also done, although this is a 5.5-inch screen, what is impressive is the fact that it's almost all screen. Like there's no bezel, there's hardly any bezel here. Of course, I wish they got rid of that, but they still made it look, like this is maximum screenage right here. So let me just turn on the phone so that you can see how big the screen is. So it's like practically all screen, as I've mentioned. And when you first turn on your phone for the very first time, it's going to give you a lot of these tutorials, which I think is actually pretty cool because it's teaching you how to use the phone, make the most of your phone. In this case, it's telling me to edit pages, to change the order, just to pinch anywhere on this home screen. If I tap over here, we've got something called Smart Notices. And if I tap on that, it gives me information. So in this case, it's saying, it shows me useful cards. Okay, great, thank you very much. Okay. But let's just talk about some specs for a second, right? So we already mentioned that it has a 5.5-inch screen, and if we compare it to the G2 had 5.2 inches. This has a 534 Ppi Pixel Density compared to the G2, which had 424, which is already crazy high. And the reason is because this has a quad HD screen. This is way, way, way beyond full HD. Overall, with the screen as well, what I wanted to mention is that this, whoops, I actually tapped that open by mistake, which I'll talk about that in a second. If I compare the screen, the last version, the G2 had Corning Gorilla Glass 2 compared to the Corning Gorilla Glass 3 with the G3. Now what I just did is one of the features on the phone. So if I double tap, it actually unlocks the screen. So that's one of the really cool things that you can do with the phone. The front-facing camera on this phone is 2.1 megapixel. The one on the G2 was also 2.1 megapixel. But what about the main camera on the back? So the camera on the back is 13 megapixel. The last camera, the G2, was also 13 megapixel, but with this, now we've got phase detection, laser autofocus, we've got optical image stabilization, plus we've got the dual LEDs in comparison to the last phone. The last phone didn't have the laser or the dual flash, so it's pretty nice that they're taking things to the next level. In terms of internal memory, it comes in 16 or 32 gigabytes. That's the same as the G2 as well. When it comes to RAM, this is when things get a little bit tricky. Now, if you have the 16 gigabyte version, it has 2 gigs of RAM. This is the international version. Or if you want the premium version, which is released currently in South Korea, the 32 gigabyte internal memory also has 3 gigs of RAM. So If you have the international version at 16 gigs of RAM, this is the international version that I'm holding in my hands. Yes, it has 2 gigs of RAM, which is similar to the G2 as well. In terms of overall processor speed, we've got 2.5 gigahertz quad core on this compared to the 2.26 gigahertz quad core in the G2. So what's it like to hold in the hand? It's super light. Yes, it's a little bit wide for people with small hands like mine. Yes, I do have small hands. The screen is unbelievably beautiful. It's fast. I love typing on this. When I use the camera, now let me show you this for a second. Let me just, I'm holding that up to the bag and then I'm going to tap. Did you see how fast that was? That was super fast. Taking photos is incredibly fast, and it focuses even faster. So I mean, it's pretty amazing to see such a cool phone that's focused on using the big giant screen, showing off colors, showing off that pixel density, and of course, you know, it's got the little autofocus thing going on, simply tapping and snapping your photos. So I like that. And if you look at the overall layout, or let's say the UI for the phone itself, it's actually pretty clean. There's no fuss, there's no mess, there's, you know, you don't have a million icons up there. But if I tap on the menu, that's when everything pops open. I can tap on mode, for example, and choose auto, magic focus. Let's tap on magic focus for just a second. And what you do is you take a photo and tap on the gallery button. This changes focus to tap on object. So we're used to that. This is with the Samsung phones. They've shown us this. Also with the HTC phones. So if I had something in the background and I took a photo, I can change the focus later on. So nice little touches like that. That's in the G3. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to share a quick rundown. I wanted to show you what was in the box when you buy the G3. We're not going in depth and showing off the UI itself. There's lots of videos out there. I hope that you appreciate and you enjoyed the comparison between the G2 and the G3. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comment section below and I'll try to answer those questions as fast as possible. You can pick up one of these phones from any Vodafone store, or you can visit www.vodafone.qa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please don't forget to also give me a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it, and it also keeps me going. Thank you very much.